from the great Shake family.
Thank you. Dave Marzetti, the greatest radio talk show host. We love you, KMDY. Thank you.
Thanks, cousin.
It's good to be here today in beautiful Monterey. I'm one of the lucky ones that happen to be born and raised here in Monterey. And some of you might have remembered my father, the great restaurateur, Sabu Shake. My mother, Isabella, from Calabria, Italy. And they started a little restaurant on Fisherman's Wharf in 1950 called Old Fisherman's Grotto. So our family in November will celebrate 73 years in business. And the dish that I'm doing today is called Cioppino, zuppa di pesce. And this recipe was actually created in the late 1800s by Italian and Portuguese fishermen in San Francisco in the North Beach area. And they would take the catch of the day, they'd make this beautiful marinara sauce, dump everything in, cook it together, and this little dish called Cioppino became an iconic dish on the West Coast. The good news is, any restaurant on the wharf serves Cioppino, so not only am I going to give you a recipe that you can have today, that you can do at home, but if you don't feel like cooking, come on down to the restaurant, we'll cook it for you. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to start off with a little olive oil, about 2 tablespoons. And I have some Gilroy garlic here. Now this here, you just do a little of this, a little of that. We call this the Italian perfume. If you're married, you do this, your wife's going to go crazy. If you're single, it's often called Lonely Nights. So we're going to add a little garlic here for you. Get that sizzling. Beautiful. All right. And then we're going to take and add. All right. Got the jams going on here. So we're going to take and add some marinara sauce. So you can use your favorite marinara. San Marzano tomatoes, of course, are the best. I have about 2 cups. And what we're doing right now is called building the sauce, because it's all about the sauce. There we go. Okay, then we're going to add some clam juice. Now this you can actually buy at the grocery store in bottles, and we're going to add about a cup of clam juice. There we go. Again, building the flavor of the sauce. You guys having a good time at Festa? Yeah. All right, beautiful. Okay, gonna get that heat up a little bit. Okay, so once that sauce is going there, you gotta add one more liquid, and that is a little bit of wine. Now, Monterey County is the largest Chardonnay producer, so if you live in Monterey, you're visiting Monterey, make sure you get some of our good local Monterey County Chardonnay. So we're going to put about a half a cup. Always save a little bit for the chef. Matter of fact, I should check it out before. Salute! Okay, we're just going to put in about a half a cup. There we go. Perfect. Okay. That now is the foundation of our Cioppino sauce. Okay. And by the way, I was very fortunate in 2014, won the West Coast Cioppino Cook-Off, competed against 56 other chefs on the West Coast. In Monterey, we delivered the Cioppino first place here. So the recipe that you're going to get today was actually the recipe that I used in the Cook-Off. All right, so again, when you're making Cioppino, you're using a variety of fresh shellfish, fresh fish. You can buy whatever's fresh and throw it in. So let's get started. I have some cherry stone clams. I'm going to just add those right in. And that beautiful clam juice is going to be wonderful. I have some black Prince Edward Island mussels. So we're going to add 6 of those in. I have some large jumbo shrimp. Now these are called 1620 shrimp. What that means when you see 1620 CT, that means they're 16 to 20 count per pound. The little ones, 30 to 40 to a pound. So we're going to add in some of these beautiful jumbo shrimp, Gulf shrimp. And of course, I have some Alaskan fresh halibut. We're going to take this and cut it into chunks. There we go. And we're going to dump that right in. And I have some wild caught salmon. Again, we're just going to cut it into chunks. I have about a 6-ounce piece. Add that right in. And of course, the prize of Monterey, Dungeness crab. Now, for those of you that don't know, there's a little town in the state of Washington called Old Dungeness where these were first harvested, hence the name Dungeness crab, which has become famous on the West Coast. Before you cook them, they're kind of this deep brown purplish color, and the enzyme, when you cook them, they turn this bright orange color, which is just amazing. So we're going to take and just crack them a little bit, just so it's a little bit easier to eat. And if you're looking where to buy seafood, on wharf number 2, our paisano over there, South Tringali, you can go there. They have a beautiful retail shop that you can buy a lot of the fresh seafood that we use here cooking our Cioppino. Okay, let's see here. We're going to let this cook. All right. Now remember, you want to get that sauce in there. There you go. All right, they've only given me 20 minutes to cook, so I am dependent upon this little stove right here, which is a little challenging, but thank God we have a little power. I'm going to add a little bit of parsley. And it gives a little bit of color, a little bit of depth. Okay, for those of you can't see a little bit, but you can kind of see how that's coming together now. All right. Now, it's very important when you finish the dish before you serve it, you definitely want to have some nice garlic bread. And we're going to take just a couple slices here. All right, get that ready for presentation since I don't have much time. All right, well, what's it like being born and raised in Monterey? And nothing better. We have so many fun things to do here. We love our Italian heritage and community. And my 2 oldest brothers, they were commercial fishermen in Monterey for almost 30 years and fished up in Alaska for close to 20 years. And we have always grew up on our local fresh seafood, and literally before they had the term farm to table, our family was doing that way years ago, 50 years ago. My brothers would go fishing, bring it to the wharf. By lunchtime, they were serving that fresh seafood in the restaurant. So pretty amazing stuff. Okay, my clamps are just starting to open up a little bit. I'm going to help them there. Is there anybody here that's never had Cioppino? Okay, well, a couple of you out there. Well, I really encourage you to try this dish, again, that originated on the Central Coast by the Italian and Portuguese fishermen, so we're grateful. Okay. Say about 3 more minutes, we'll be ready to go. Ready to plate this up. By the way, I have a couple of DVDs available, and they're free. I'm actually giving them away, so if you would like one for your family, come on up. I'll be happy to give you one in just a second there. And especially some of you that are visiting to Monterey, come on up. I only have a few available, but I'll get you a recipe